Hi, so I'm here with this bonsai that we got on clearance sale. It had a wire tightly wrapped around its trunk. So we got a new pair of wire cutters so that we can remove the wire to allow the trunk or the bonsai to grow better. So it was a challenging task actually, and it took me around 45 minutes to finish this one. The wire was so embedded into the trunk in some parts that it was hard to get a grip of the wire. So, although I did it slowly and as gently as I could, there the trunk did have some damage, but all in all, I think it will survive, although it will take a long time for the trunk to recover. So, can you see how embedded the wire is? It was so hard to get into that. So, I had to cut the wire in sections because I couldn't unwind it because the trunk in some parts where the wire was too embedded into it, the trunk was actually thin. And as you can see, I'm using my finger to counter the force of the my other hand because I was afraid that the trunk would snap. So this part was actually quite difficult because the bark of the bonsai was already starting to cover the wire. So I kept telling the bonsai, I'm sorry, I kept apologizing to it, and I kept telling it that it will survive it. I was so afraid that it would just snap. And this part where you can clearly see the wire, that's easier to cut. As you can see, it took me just a few minutes to get it off. So there it is. Yes. So this was another difficult section. As you can see, um, the embedded wire was so difficult. I had such a hard time trying to get a grip on this wire. And my tactic here was to just snip a bit and then twist, snip and twist, snip and twist. Be- and then with my other finger, I tried to feel the wire move or wiggle. Once it does move or wiggle, it means that you're almost done. So there. It took me more than 5 minutes, like maybe 8 or almost 10 minutes for this section alone. So I was doing it slowly and carefully. So finally I was able to remove the wire, this section of the wire, and as you can see, it will really take a while for this bonsai to recover from this. So in my previous bonsai video where I showed the sakura bonsai and this bonsai, so the person who commented, he said that um, this tree or this bonsai will recover much faster if I put it in a bigger pot. But for now, I think I'm just going to keep it in this tiny pot because I still have to do some research on how to remove this bonsai from this tiny pot because I think and I feel that it is root bound, and if I do remove it, I would have to break the ceramic container or planter. And for now, maybe I will just give it a few months to recover from this ordeal, and we'll see if it will grow leaves come spring. Here's another challenging section. This was so hard to remove because the wire was in between two branches, and the branch where the wire was wrapped around in, it was so thin that I was so scared that it would just snap off. So after quite a while and quite a few snips and twists, I was finally able to remove the wire. It was such a relief to finally remove the wire from this bonsai. Finally, she's free. Look at that. Look at the marks that the wire left on her bark. It will take a while for her to recover, but she will carry these marks or battle scars for a while. And I think it doesn't make her ugly. It actually makes her look more distinguished and more. It's like the scars have given her character. So she's such a brave little bonsai. Thanks for watching.